Good morning, everyone. So me and Kevin are taking a special trip this morning. So we are headed to a place here in Utah called Range Creek. I have wanted to go to Range Creek for like 20 years. So what it is there was a gentleman here by the name of Waldo Wilcox. He owned a farm down here in Carbon County that is the best preserved Indian ruins. That was a private collection. I don't know if you want to call it a collection because it was just on his land. But this land had been in his family for 6 decades. And he handed it over to Utah, the state of Utah. And the state of Utah made it into a kind of like an outdoor museum. And you have to get tours to go here. So me and Kevin booked a tour and we are on our way. And Kevin, right now you can hear him in the background, he is packing our day bag. Because you come get in Carbon County vehicles and they will take you out to Range Creek. So it is 6:45 in the morning and we are meeting everybody out here in Price at the fairgrounds, and then we are going to get into their vehicles and we are going to head out to Range Creek. Come along for this long-awaited adventure. She said from the dead tree.
No, she's looking at the picture.
It's in the alcove.
Is it inside the alcove?
Right inside toward the bottom.
The rock art is in the alcove. The granary is over here.
Personally, I can't find the greenery. The next couple of photos was taken through my phone, looking through a vortex scope.
Back when Waldo decided he wanted to sell the ranch, he put it up for sale for about $5 million. Now, if you think about resources here and what is here, that's probably not a bad price. But if you also think about being here and how isolated you would be and how much it takes to get here, a place like this doesn't appeal to just anybody. So he put it up for sale. A group of local hunters went to a Utah congressman and said, hey, Range Creek has fabulous deer and elk and also bears. We should buy it so that we can hunt it. The congressman went to a national water conservation group looking for funding to buy it. So the attorney for that water conservation group, her name was Jenny. Jenny was young, kind of cute, and she sat down to dicker with Waldo. Well, the last few years before the ranch changed hands, Waldo came in here by himself. His family didn't even come. So he spent a lot of time in here by himself. I told the story to the folks in my vehicle. I used to see Waldo in the high spot on Main Street in Price, it's now called Farlano's. They used to have a Thursday chicken fried steak special. So I think Waldo planned his trips to Price on Thursday so he could go in there and have the special. And I knew who he was because I saw him in the high spot. And he was always flirting with the restaurant. The waitresses were a mom and her two daughters. So I saw him in there flirting with the two daughters. And after one of the conversations, I went up to her and I said, "What do you guys talk about?" He said, "Oh, he always tries to convince us to go back to the ranch with him." and they laughed about it. So at some point during the negotiations, when Waldo refused to come down on his price, Jenny turned to Waldo and she was talking about these. When the Horse Canyon mine went from coal cars to conveyor belts, there were dozens and dozens of these available. Waldo brought them in, and he used them to make dams in the creek, in the river, to dam Range Creek in places. When we're at the ranch house after we eat, I'll take you to see the one that's at the ranch house. It's an engineering marvel. I don't know how Waldo did it. I think he had help, because these are three high in places. So he had used these. He dragged them up the road that we just came over, behind a cat.
There's over 100 of them in the canyon.
Is that how many there were?
Talk about leisure time.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure that qualifies as leisure. So anyway, but back to my idea of what happened during the negotiations. Waldo wasn't coming down. Jenny said, "Now, Waldo, you need to get reasonable. You have dragged all those coal cars and you have dammed up the creek, diverted it out of its natural flow. You know, we could order you to remove every one of those and return the stream to its natural flow if we need to." So I'm not sure what happened after that, but Waldo became more reasonable. I think the sale price on the ranch was $2.4 million. I knew Waldo before the sale, I knew Waldo after the sale. I think the only thing his family lived in what was basically a double-wide trailer down in Green River. After he sold the ranch, I could only see two changes. He got a new hat, he got a new pickup truck. But I couldn't see any other changes brought about by
These millions.
think
I
it's,
just haven't seen like this
it's
before.
not nearly as dramatic as the
True.
birthing scene.
Just very interesting. I've never seen it.
Sometimes they're not birthing scenes. Sometimes I think it's what happens to get somebody pregnant. Sexy.
Okay guys, so we just made it to the actual ranch in Range Creek. This is the first stop. This is one of the cabins. Let's go in. So here's a little story. So they don't know exactly when the first white man came into Range Creek. So I'll take that. Okay, we'll go inside. So this is John Wing. And I will post pictures at the end of all these pictures so that you can actually look more at them. But they used whatever, and these were seed bags that they used to make curtains. And a cute little wood burning stove. All their glass bottles. And their wash. So that is cabin number 1. If you ever get the chance to go on a Range Creek tour, do so. It is so pretty down in there. It's so quiet. It is so untouched. It is well worth the $125 to go on the tour. Thanks for watching, guys. The next video will be out in a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye.